All right, guys. Let me know if we're haven't been doing this live by myself, except there a couple weeks ago. Let me know how we sound. I need to close a few windows probably if I'm lagging. What's going on, Hunter? Lloyd? Cool. Is my lips moving with the words, or do I got to close some windows? I only got about 100 windows open. Boom is right. Damn. 73.32 after touching almost 7,400. And we kind of called that. I thought we'd catch everybody short, everybody not invested. So pretty impressed by that rally. Obviously, somewhere here we could have, again by Elliot wave, we're going to have some 4 and 5 waves here. But this rally could easily extend to 7,800, 8,000, I think. I don't think this thing peters out here. So obviously impressed by the move. Let's see if volume continues to come in. Let me see. I've got the software here on another screen. Let me check it real quick. I know Nick just said Zen's got those runaway bars again, only up 16%. Blow to new highs like we had expected. ZRX, buck 26. That one's impressive. XLM, 5%. I saw Stratus USD up 18%. That's one I've had causing me some troubles. That one looks good. EOS, I mean, that was Nick and I. Nick did the interview, got another one Thursday. We were really looking to try to get more involved with EOS. Didn't need a dollar rally here, but that's okay. We know people own that. That's still something I think you want to, that's something we think we want to own longer term probably. So we'll talk more about that. I don't think we're going live tonight. We made a decision not to. Nick's on a conference call right now with some crypto business that we're doing. I don't know if we explode, whether Nick will try to get away tonight. As you know, he's got his family he needs to be with. So we'll let you know. That's why I wanted to come on here and try to check in. What's up, Chris K9? So what else here? BAT another 6%. ADA another 6.5%. Ripple above 51. NEO touching above 40. That one should have a lot more. Litecoin now finally a new high for this move. If these are 1-2s, as I've mentioned, you know, there's got to be more strength here. I don't think this is just a flash in the pan. I think this is going to be serious. Don't want to get too excited. Bitcoin Cash 861. Nice move there. And again, if we go back, as I mentioned, this decline here, the 0.618 declines on the way down was perfect Elliott wave Fibonacci. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 1, 2 was perfect. Worst case, this is an A, B, and this we're doing a C. Again, I don't see that, but any retracement of this rally would be, definitely not good. But here we are, 7,400 high for the move. I know a lot of people, even Peter Brandt was looking. He called this look like maybe it was a sign of strength by Wyckoff, which and then he's calling the head and shoulders. So the head and shoulders move is to about 7,800 to possibly 8,000. I had said I thought when we went through 6,850 we'd have an explosion. So I don't even know if we'll test 7,000 now. I would think 7,100 would probably be my. We could do 7,000, but I think it'll be aggressively sideways when we have a correction here, and then still higher. So. And then the software, I'm just having, you can see here, let me hold on. The software is just giving us a few issues. There's a Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index. The OP is not, for some reason the OP is not working like for the last 2 days on this chart, even though it did show OP went to a new low here, this low compared to these lows. Price held, force went down to new lows, price held. The technometer came down to 40. So there is a few more. Let's see what else will work here. I'm good, Bob. How you been? It's been a long 6 or 7 months. I got a few more gray thinning hair, but I'm still here. Like I try to tell people, it's not really about, you got to learn from your mistakes, but you got to move on. These markets, there's another trade every day. So, right, Taj has got to turn friendly. He was looking for 7,200. Yeah, he stayed out of trouble, but we've had a pretty good rally off the lows here. Now everyone's got to, if you're buying here, you're pretty well chasing. So, not cool. I didn't get real good buy signals off the charting software. I did get some divergences. Good, Bob. A lot of people, I think a lot of people sold, a lot of people turned their heads. So I think a lot of people, we just wrung everybody out. 6 months of sideways lower was a killer. So no doubt. So I'm still hoping the software, my guys are still working on that daily. So I'm hoping we get that to help us even more, because I'm still not trading with what I'm used to. I'm trading with too much Elliot wave. I did mention the volume. The volume did support Wyckoff for what we've done here. Johnny Cool. Yeah, the last 6 months have been the worst of my life. That's all I can tell you. And then you got the trolls beating up on you every day if they can. So it's all good. I'll be one of the last guys standing. So. And again here, I talked about this mostly live. If you look at price and volume from 89 exchanges, you could see that selling was kind of drying up. We just need volume to come in here, stay hopefully good the rest of the day, and continue. Volume has been, a lot of people say too low, but I think it's just people been on the sidelines and no one's chasing us. What up, Steve the Bull? Long time. So, I think everything's good. And then now the problem is people that were short are getting in trouble, and the people are not invested now have got to figure out where they buy the next dip. So they got to figure that out, because you see a bar like we just had. It's pretty tough to be like, well, I'll buy. I don't know where you buy now. If we continue higher to 8,000 here, it's going to be the same thing. It'll be hard to get a pullback to get long in, I think. So, what's up, Wiley? Mine Coins. A lot of good names in here now. Because again, if this is an ABC instead of a 1, 2, 3, you don't want to see anything back. We don't want to really see 68, 6,900, I don't think. That would be disappointing. We just need like $200 sideways corrections, and then hopefully further highs still to keep everything alive. So That's kind of what we're hoping here. And I think the upside still is, as Minecoin said, buy alts, haven't pumped. I mean, we've seen what real rallies can do, and I still think this is a rally that's got a lot of legs to it. So a lot of these coins will still go a lot higher. EOS is one I think probably that I really don't have, that I think is probably a mistake not to have. That was something Nick and I was just trying to start getting involved with. So there's Zen goes to 27.20 or so. That's nice. $1.25 ZRX traded $1.30. 300 Litecoin to break even. I hear you, Matt B. Here we come. So as I said, Nick, I don't think we're going live tonight. We'll see what Nick says. He's going to be with his family. I mean, I was going to take a break as well, but now with markets moving like this, I'm not sure. I'm going to try to hold down the fort. It'd be nice to try to, you know, my intent was, I keep saying I'm going to go live more when I have the software. That way I can go over lots of coins for people. We're going to have hundreds of coins into the software. So I was hoping to go live for that for maybe an hour a day, maybe more in the you know, maybe 2 or 3 hours before now to catch a little bit overseas of people that I've not been staying in front of. So we shall see. EOS 884. We all know when these things get going what they can do. So Overstock, I would guess they're going to run for Overstock too. 300 Litecoin, Joshua is quitting his job. Bitcoin holding right in there, 74.18. Let's zero in a little bit better here. 74.30 trades, high of the move. Damn, we went through 68.40. I thought we'd straight up. I kind of laughed with Nick. Maybe we'd do a 7,800, do 1,000 up with no downtick. So I don't know. Really, somewhere here, I would think we'd slow up and do some type of sideways. But we've got to leave everybody behind that didn't want to buy this thing. I don't know if there's anybody got any news why they're saying supposedly. Are they blaming this on anything? Because normally you're going to have some type of news stating that that's the issue. There's Digibyte. Nice move today, 10%. Bitcoin above 7,000. I've not seen any news. I don't know if, again, I don't really give a shit, but usually they're going to blame this on something. I'd like to be knowing what they are blaming it on. I would think ETF, unless something new came on ETFs here this morning. I mean, the ETF news didn't get us much going, really. Let me check Twitter here real quick, see if there's anything. I think when I did my tweets, I did the title right. I didn't do the rest of it, but whatever. I don't see much. The meeting tomorrow will be very bullish. Johnny Cools is a composite man. We got to get back on some of the course lessons and get this software in front of us. So that's what I'm more excited about doing. Got to get back to the basics. Let me check Ethereum Classic here on the software. Yeah, there's 73.80, 50 out the highs. I think somewhere here we're going to consolidate and then hopefully just continue higher, would be my guess. Yo, Nick's in here. What up, Nick? You're supposed to be on a conference call. All right, CNBC probably gave a sell or something. My Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index on the software, everything looks pretty good. So, and we're not even neutral on the technometers, which would mean we'd have much more upside still coming. So, hey Joshua, you know what? I mean, I've been accused of not trading, uh, laughed at, etc. But I don't think I still would trade. I mean, the problem was even the other day. I mean, you could have traded off the BAT, XLM, ZRX, and some of them off the news, which before has worked, and lost some good positions. So I don't think you trade any core positions here. If you're overextended or got something you're not happy with or something that's lagging, maybe try to trade that to increase your positions. But boy, you know, I just got to sit on my hands. I just don't want to be in the position. I can take people somewhat mad because we're long and they're heading down a little bit, but I don't want to be one sitting on cash as we explode really. So I just think there's more highs here coming. So what's up, Steve? Steve Davis. But hold on here a second. I need to add a couple of wrenches here. I just don't think I'd trade Joshua, but there again, it's all your time frame. I'm pretty well looking pretty long term on clients, so I think that was a low. I think the trend's higher, so I don't think you want to play with that yet. I mean, there will be a point here, 78, 79, 8,000. I think probably that gives you a trading somewhere up there. You probably could trade. If this is, if you go back to the 1 hour, I mean, from the low down here at 57.40, this is a 1-2. I mean, for the chart to even look right, I mean, you've got to get above 7,800 probably on this wave 3, and then you would have a few days of sideways, probably a triangle or something. So I think when you blow through 7,800, something runs on you, I think you can probably sell it and get it back cheaper. I hear you, Steve. I always reply to Twitter too, so. Yeah, CNBC had how to short Bitcoin, so that's funny. I would also like to know, I mean, I like to know what the bears are doing. I like to know what Tone Vays is saying. 'Cause I think he still will say that even with the big rally here, we're still going straight back down. So, and again, I'm just not in that camp. I mean, if this rally gives away, I'll have to change my bullishness short term. I don't think we can stab another low here, and if we do, I think we still got to work higher. So I'm going to stay friendly. There's Ethereum. Same thing on this 1-2 for Ethereum. I mean, wave 3's got to go much higher, I think, before you worry about it. So Litecoin 89.60. I think personally, I think we're just leaving the train station, and people are realizing now maybe they're going to get left behind. So cool, journey to zero. Yeah, I didn't think you wanted to have a sell of 68.50 or 69. I mean, again, if you're bearish, you could get out here. If you're really bearish, definitely a better point, but I personally don't think that works. So, damn, do your own research. As you know, it's a tough market, and I can be wrong. So, you just got to stay focused and try to trade better and move forward. Yeah, I figured Tone's probably still going to stay bear. It's probably still below 5,000. Because I heard somebody said even if ETFs got okayed and we rallied big, he still is calling for massive sell-off. So I can't agree with that, but we shall see. Litecoin I still think works higher. Again, all I can say, I guess, for bulls, I mean, falling back now below 68.40, I think would be extremely disappointing. I mean, we really need to keep this looking impulsive like we have had. So, I think for now the bulls got it in their court. I think they flexed their muscles here. So let's just hope that this doesn't fall apart. But that action, and again, guys, it rallied horribly. I mean, even me being bullish, I mean, I was tired of it. Didn't think it was rallying impulsively, but it does that when it starts off slow, when it's got everyone bearish, and then then it's rallying even on not heavy volume because it doesn't have to because there's just no sellers. The sellers already sold, and no one's really buying because no one's going to chase this. Tone, I love the number 9 phase. I mean, he does Tom DeMark is what he's doing. I guess he puts his own twist on it. I don't know, but and DeMark, I mean, he's the man. He's given a lot of advice to a lot of major hedge funds. So nothing wrong with DeMark. So if he is using DeMark, I mean, it's just hard. There's a lot to that and a lot to learn. Dan, I think you're right. I mean, everyone's right or wrong. You got to try to get the odds in your favor. I had said back when Matt and I started the channel, we'd have a 60-70% correction. And hell, I got caught up in it as well because the bullish sentiment was so much. I had a couple hundred clients. It was just emotional. And plus, I still felt like, I thought 9,000 Bitcoin was ultimate downside low. And really, I thought even, 11,000 or so would hold. So January 5th, when I said I knew January 5th things were frothy, I tweeted that. I should have just got off the table right then and waited for 9,000. But again, that's water under the bridge. Shit, you got to trade every day. So I haven't made any more really dumb mistakes. I think I'm in some of the right coins. I didn't chase a lot of small alts and got really creamed. I just got minor creamed. But I still think, I'm trying to get my whole business turned around to cryptos. So I think there's 3, 5, 10 years here. And we're going to have a lot of 30, 40% corrections. But I still think there's, I think this is the area to be in. I don't think there's any real resistance till 78, 7,900. I think would be the end of this impulse myself. I mean, we could stop easily right here, drop 200 or 300. I think I'd nibble on that if that would happen then. Oh yeah, I mean, Alex, I mean, it's been, there again, I mean, my problem was I was so friendly longer term on cryptos, I felt that I was telling people we're going to be 70% buy and hold. And I was mostly in the big names. So yeah, I didn't, I should have traded at 30% better probably is the real mistake I made. But I think now the real, the value is going to be being in the right coins because there's going to be a lot of coins that, do big gains. There's going to be a lot of coins that roll over and peter out and go to zero. So I think now, whether you follow the channel or do a lot of your own research, I think you just got to be careful that you're not in the dogs. Don't get caught up in the excitement because some of these coins are going to do big things longer term and some are not. There's Standard D. He's right. When this is over, check out the EOS and the Ever Rabbit. EOS one I think is cool, and then he's got another one I believe Thursday. So EOS is one that we were going to look at here. This rally today makes me a little more hesitant. I don't really have anything I'm really anxious to sell to buy that, but I think EOS is one that probably we should have been on a little bit more maybe as a community because we've talked about it, but I haven't really jumped on it. What's going on, Dennis? Wayne? And again, guys, I mean, I was trying to just tell you emotionally, you don't want to try to play the last short there. It seemed like everybody was doing that. Trolls were out hard, etc. So I think you just had to make sure you're in the right mind frame. Let's just see if this Bitcoin rally can stay in. That's all. If not, we'll have to reevaluate. But I think probably that 74 and change, a minor wave 3 high. Maybe we could fall to, I don't know, 7,100. I don't really want to give an exact one, but any type of ABC pullback here, I think I'd be buying it. Hey, what's up, Papa Naya? And do the opposite of CNBC. Yeah, that's obviously a winner, always. I agree with you, Dan. There's time to get in because there's still going to be a lot of back and forth here, probably until we break out that 10,000. Then I think the sentiment will have changed, and then it'll be much better. But I do think I still think now you want to buy pullbacks. But let's see if this rally peters out here for the day or tomorrow, and see what type of correction we can bring in. See how some of these alts act. I gotta check a couple things here, guys. Give me a second. Tom Vay's just added some flowers. BNB, I don't really follow that. I know that was one Matt was on. I liked it down there, but really don't have any positions. But it had, it had a pullback from 1750 to below 12. So if anybody was using stops, they probably got stopped out of that. And I don't know about these exchanges. I mean, BNB's really performed pretty well. Did come under pressure here the last week or two, and yeah, underperforming here a little bit. Probably still all right. But I have, like I said, I don't really have many positions in BNB at all. The moon rant last Tuesday. A lot of that's just, I get trolled on. It's amazing the grief I get from people that actually I was kind of friends with, that maybe I didn't even do any trades for. Don't manage their money. But we'd all said this is the most emotional game in the world. So you're going to get the newbies going to freak out. The people that can't keep their emotions in check, they're going to flame out. I'm just going to get thinner, grayer hair. What's up, Chris? Yeah, Nick's got to be at work. So, as I said, I want to try to get live some of these times when we get big moves like this. Nick did get me set up here. Everything's not perfect. Want to get a little bit more professional looking. Want to get the software, etc. So, again, for PCG clients, the software, I've showed the software is working. We're just still having some issues. So I'm worried about reliability. The OP is not updating the last day and a half correctly for some reason. Force and Technometer are. And then if you go to a few other coins, just got some reliability problems. Same thing. OP is not working down here for the last 2 days. It's working internally, but not on the chart. You can see Technometer, everything's acting pretty well. So really just double checking, volume, etc. This is an API with 89 exchanges. So, once again, I'm going to be able to talk about Wyckoff. I've got shit from Wyckoff students. I've got people calling me names because I did a lot of Elliot Wave. But I did that to try to bring some value to the channel. And you can't talk Wyckoff unless you have all the volume in front of you. You can't just be looking at Bittrex, whose volume has went down because of lower business, and then look at Binance, etc. So the price and volume from 89 exchanges is coming in. I don't think there's any issues. The issues is in my custom indicators because we're going at 5-minute data. Catch you later, Steve. So it's just a lot of calculations. The Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index is bringing in volume on I think it's like 7 coins, 89 exchanges on a 5-minute basis, and it's calculating my numbers. So there's just a lot going on. But I keep getting it done, keep spending money, trying to stay with it. So Bitcoin 73.51 holding in nicely. Let's go to 3-minute. Thanks, Alex. Smoke and mirrors. Hey, Jack. What up, Javi? Well, yeah, I mean, it's been a tough bear market. And just tried to, since the lows down there, 5,700, 6,400 or so on the way down, I mean, I've been calling it pretty well here. I really thought it got cleaned up a little bit. So just got to move forward. Oh, yeah, yesterday I got trolled by a guy that hell said he'd made millions following the course and doing shit, trading ICOs, and then yesterday he jumps on me and asking for what purpose, no reply. So I think people just lost some money and, they got to lash out at somebody. It's a little bit tough to take at times, but I just try to brush it off. Most of them are all talk anyway. And when the software gets done, all these other technical analysts, they might as well sit down too. Because I'm going to run over people once I get more of what I'm used to in front of me. I'm tired of trading with one arm behind my back. Yep, top 89 exchanges by volume. So pretty well bringing them all in. And no, it looks like we're not really any issues. I'm not having issues with data servers, etc. Because I've got a super WebSocket. I've got Amazon servers. I don't know much about all that, and I think I've done a pretty good, solid software here. I just think it'll be interesting if we can hold this gain together. I just think, it turns the favor into the bulls, because now if you're short, you're definitely not as comfortable. If you're under owned cryptos, you're not as comfortable. So let's see. I mean, today definitely helps. Everything looks good so far. Let's just see if we can hold these gains. I don't want to chase them here because we should have bought on further weakness or on the way down. So I did say down here on this wave too, you could have bought, increase your risk a little bit. And hopefully we'll have a point over here in a few days, maybe, maybe 71, 71.50. Maybe I can get a buy signal off the software or something, possibly. What's going on, Alan? Yeah, good rally. We are in, so. I know, Alan, you made that comment because I did write a lot down, and then down there 6,500, I started to, I didn't want to see any more drain on some accounts, so I was trying to trade a little bit down there, but again, didn't want to trade much. I felt like you would miss a rally like today, so. And here we go. My God, I went downstairs to get a sandwich at 6,800, tired they wouldn't blow through it. I thought they'd do it live last night on the show. But, damn, 6,800 to 7,400 was quick. But that's what happens. Everybody's at the airport when the train went off. So people that wanted to buy it didn't get a chance. And they might get a chance still, but I just don't think so. That's not the way it works. And again, I don't think I would trade this yet. 7,800 probably would bring in some type of short-term trade you might be able to do. I think the trend's higher. It's usually not good to try to trade against the trend. I don't think the trend's still down. I think now we got a trend higher until at least for a while here. I'm sure most shorts are wrecked, but I think you guys still a lot of people on the sidelines. I'll be interested to know, what's the tether balance. Tether, 2.7 billion a coin market cap. I don't know whether that, I don't use coin market cap that much. I don't know whether that's going to get, what that number will be like after today's rally. That 2.7 billion's got to, that's scared money. That money's got to come back at some point. So all that money's sitting there wondering what the hell to do next. So I think that's a lot of firepower still sitting on the sidelines. And then at some point you got institutions, BlackRock and some of them talking about getting in the sector. It changes when markets are moving higher and you got to worry about chasing. And then I think probably, some of these coins like a NEO or any of these coins, all of a sudden will have a pump when you're not looking. That's why I think it's tough to take a thing off the table right here. As far as I'm concerned, they probably should just sideways and then higher. And BlackRock has trillions. I think that's, my God, if anybody like that really gets behind cryptos, then every other hedge fund asset manager's got to be like, damn, we got to join. And then there you have another bull market, another blow off, because that's all it would take. All right, I'm sure the RSI, I do not follow that. I'm sure it's off the charts. In a bull move, that RSI will get you out way too early. I don't use it at all. I take a glance at it if it's trading below 20 or above 80, but I don't trade off of it. 6.3 trillion assets under management. Shit, they put 5% of assets. Yeah, that's off the chain. The problem is they do it. Everybody else has got to follow. So don't worry. There's a lot of meetings going on right now about what are you doing in cryptos? What do you? What's the plan? And then, my God, if ETFs come, especially, that's still, 3 weeks off or something. We'll see where we're at that point. And then, just like what Nick was talking about, Classic, what was he saying, the 20th? Is that right, Stunner? Classic could get added on the 20th was his guess. It'll be interesting to see what happens when they do get announced to Coinbase. Zen massive buy orders. Grayscale OTC announcement coming soon, really. We can just hold these gains and hopefully we're going to see some news items coming in behind this. Anybody still see any type of news that they're going to say why this, again, I know it's not news, it's people were not long enough, people were short, so that's all today was just a wrecking crew coming in. Jeff, I don't know if there's a meeting tomorrow about cryptos or not. I think there is something. That could be, it could be decent news if they know what's going to be said. July 20th is ETC anniversary, and Coinbase added the logo to Coinbase custody the other day. Hoping for a break-even party in a couple months. DGD BTC. AGD BTC. I don't like trading anything against Bitcoin. I'll argue that till the death of me. There's no reason to trade something against Bitcoin when you love Bitcoin. It's easier to trade against USD, easier to look at the charts, I think. I don't know what to think about DIGX, DAO here. Really with the Wyckoff, you want to be long the strong ones, short the weak ones. It looks like the Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index is headed higher, so you really want to jump into sectors. I'm going to show something here real quick in a minute to show you how we're going to do this. Okay, let's look at PAYUSD. I think now, just like any of these type of pullbacks, I think have got to be bought in. So, I mean, I guess I think $1 is probably strong support. I'd probably buy a spring below $1.15. I'd probably be a buyer on a break of $1.15 if you're trying to add or get into that, I think. I would rather you bought down here over the last couple of weeks when we were a little more friendly. But if this market's for real, there's a lot more to go. So. As understand, guys, once we get this Wyckoff, the software going more reliable, what we're going to do is we're going to go in, we're going to check a Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index, which if you trade stocks is going to be more like S&P 500, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, whatever. This is an index we put together to follow cryptos. So when this index looks higher, that means the trend of the cryptos is higher. Then you want to go in and look for strong sectors. I've only had one sector built so far, privacy sector. So you go in and you look at the sectors. Hold on, I'm going to show you. I've kind of showed this different places, but I want to show it more now. So you'd go through different sectors and see how they're performing compared to the index. So again, to show that how it works on our stock business, this is a Wyckoff wave on the stock. So let's just say it's like a Dow Jones, etc. If you think the trend's higher here, then you come up and you push this button, compare sectors. This is the way it's going to work on the cryptos. The dark line is the wave. This is all the sectors. So by Wyckoff, you really want to buy these strong sectors. So you would take maybe these 6 or 7 sectors. So you can see biotech's been a strong one. So biotech is WWB. Let's go back and look at it real quick. You go to WWB, you bring up the biotech. So this is one of the strong sectors compared to the Wyckoff wave. Then you go here and you click compare holdings. It'll show you which stocks have done better, even in the biotech sector. So then you can be like, okay, I want to be in these top 3 possibly. And then you zero in just on those stocks and look at them, see how their OP Tech and Force is, see how their point and figure looks, etc. So we would go to like the Wyckoff wave, privacy, click compare holdings, and you can see it's bringing up Dash, ZEC, XDC. So again, I've just been playing around with these. I'll try to have 6 to 8 coins in every sector. So then you would say, okay, it looks like XVC has been the strongest in the privacy. Then you would go and look at XVC. Let's see if got to get away from the sector. Hold on a second. I think the Wyckoff wave, obviously because I own the Institute, I think it's the best way to trade technically. I mean, Wyckoff is kind of the titan of technical analysis, so if you want anything, I think anything that's halfway decent, I think you want to be on. You want to be on it. So again, guys, that's just trying to get the software so we can talk more Wyckoff. Let's go back. Let me check a few notes here. I do not know Webull at all. Alan watched Tone Bays an hour ago. He was still calling for new lows. Gave people shit for being optimistic. Yeah, I mean, I know everyone's going to be like, oh, everyone's getting bullish. All of a sudden, Bitcoin's having a plus day. So I know, yeah, Palm Beach is calling. I know they were saying like 60,000 plus, and then onward and upward. So crazy. That will change the game. Here's NAV BTC. Somebody mentioned that. Again, guys, I myself find it extremely impossible, especially in a move like this, to look at a NAV BTC chart. I've got to look at the NAV USD. Let's go to Binance, see how it looks. I mean, there I think everything's fine. I mean, held the previous lows here, which I think was good. We've had really low volume here. Again, that's not from my software, so it's only from Binance, so I'm not going to say much about volume unless it's coming through my software from the 89 exchanges, but good price action off the low here, so I think NAV's okay. Bitcoin just trading that 73 to 7,400. WW Ocean thinks Bitcoin Cash will overtake Bitcoin. I mean, percent-wise, I think I've seen some upside projections on Bitcoin Cash at 4,000 plus, so I don't want to talk that reckless at the moment. But everybody knows I am major bullish on most of these coins, so. And we've seen them in the past how they can get going if they want to make a move. So let's not talk the Bitcoin Cash crazy talk. What up, Drax the Destroyer? Need to get you a wrench. Yeah, Lloyd, I didn't really, or Johnny Cool, I didn't do any Lenda. That was all Stunner D. I didn't really have something I wanted to sell for it, was my thing. Zen, I mean, Zen's sitting here at this price. I mean, we like that coin still longer term, so. I don't think you can go wrong holding that one. Mr. Plippet wanting a wrench. Doesn't look like we have many trolls or many issues in here, so I'm going to hand out some wrenches. When will alts go up in Satoshi value? I mean, that's probably a little bit more, I think, on down the road. Once everyone really decides to chase Bitcoin, I think, and get some profits built up, and I think they'll broaden it out to more of the alts. Update on Lumber Liquidator. Let me bring that hold on a second. I'll bring up Lumber Liquidators here in a minute. If Bitcoin stabilized 100,000, I wanted to have a bar downtown here where people could just go, have all the tickers running across the screens like an old bucket shop. Maybe I'll do that right after my Lambo or my $1 million boat, or maybe all of it. All right, here is Lumber Liquidators. I mean, it's just holding right there at would have been the creek level. You know, obviously the Dow Jones S&P is kind of sitting here trading sideways, so no reason to be concerned. Technometer's neutral. So I think you got to give that benefit of the doubt. I'm long from lower levels. I've traded well on Lumber Liquidators a couple times in the last year, so I guess I think the surprise would be a quick run to the upside here and keep this trend line, you know, keep the trend moving higher on Lumber Liquidators. I had a like a 10-person limo bus I bought when my stock business was, when I was killing it in like 02, 03. So it'd be nice to get a limo bus where I could get the tickers inside and kind of get on the road for Bitcoin. I think that would be pretty cool. Hold on here, I will do XRP, no doubt. Hold on here, guys. I got a lot of screens I got to get back organized. Bleeding cryptos, I'll check that out here in a minute. XRP 51. I mean, I definitely didn't like this move down to a new low, but some of the weaker coins did do that. So, you know, I think the trend is higher on these things, so I think Ripple will probably continue to move higher with more of these little sideways pullbacks and then continued move higher, be my guess. If the bulls are in control, they're not going to allow anybody to buy these things a lot cheaper. So, not going to happen. Deranged with that video title. Not sure what Mr. Uldal is talking about. Obviously, he's peace out, suckers. All right, Mr. Old Dog, peace out. If he's saying that we knew the Whales were going to do this, well, I was calling for this, so sorry, dumbass. Dude flew by and took a shit. That's just another dude that's not long or short. There's a lot of those dumbasses out here, so he's too funny. ZRX to ETH. Dang. I was taking a lot of those out of my symbol list because I guess we'll do Binance. I mean, and I love ZRX, so nothing wrong with that chart. Volume coming in on the upside, falling off on pullback, so that one looks good. Sassy Todd we trust. Shit, I've been trolled so much. I don't take much shit anymore. I don't get 2 Fs. But I'm on here a lot. I'm on here with my real name. So if anybody wants to know what I'm doing, they should know. I don't play no games. And I don't talk about trades I don't have. I don't make up what I bought or what I sold. I will check that out, Alan. What's up, Cliff, on crypto? I'm good. Yeah, Mr. Uhad is not getting his wrench today. Shit. But you gotta have a little bit of entertainment, so you gotta let those guys come in some. COV. Let's go back here. Let me go to my Coinigy, make sure I don't have accounts showing. COV continues to spike higher and slight pullback, so that one still looks higher. I think a lot of these coins will just surprise you when you're not looking. A few of them will have ramp ups here and there, I believe. Usually I respond to everybody. I mean, if something gets really out of hand on Twitter, I will go in. If I go in hard enough, I might delete it later. Not because I give a shit what they're saying. I just don't need that laying around from a bunch of nobodies. I had the one guy on Twitter, my God, he just got a few followers off of me, so he ain't been back. I'm just not going to let anybody give misinformation about Wyckoff. That's probably one thing I'm really going to jump on. Not going to let it happen. And I've never said, I mean, I own the Institute. I'm here to try to help people learn it. I'm not saying I'm the best Wyckoff trader, but I've been doing it, and I do know quite a bit about it. And if I don't have it, I got the information here to get to somebody. NPXS, Bitcoin. Again, I just don't like looking at pairs against Bitcoin. It's tough to out-trade something on the upside on Bitcoin, so. But if it's holding up relative to Bitcoin right now, you got to be pretty happy about that. What up, Max Expo? YouTube's becoming the new Nickelodeon for grown children. That's what I said yesterday. Grown-ass adult talking shit behind a made-up name. Who does that? Spends hours going back from 6 months ago. Yeah, I think What was her name? Something Cupcakes. Forget what that was. That was somebody Matt knew. Kayla Cupcakes. 215, 210. I mean, we got Nick doing his thing on interviews. That's cool. We're getting in, getting some better names and some of these coins. I mean, I think we got a good setup here moving forward. So, yep, Kayla Cupcakes. And I think, Nick and I are in this thing long term, so we're not playing. Yeah, that was the, no, that was the, don't forget to make stock trades at 210. I get some cutoffs at 230, 245. How high are we going? I mean, I think this move, goes to 7,800, 8,000. And then a little more sideways to down from there. Maybe like a 7,500 or something. Then I think, hopefully, if everything goes well, firms up, works higher. I need to get some sounds in here. I need to get this broadcast a little bit better. All I got's the basics. But once I say, when this software gets reliable, I mean, I'm going to be pretty excited about going over coin choices with the software. So, hold on a second. If you asking about stocks, I mean, I do a weekend review on the stock side at wyckoffsmi.com. We had, you can see down here, this was a good buy point, and I did give a buy down there. So that could have been a last point of support. This rally started off really slow and not good volume down here. So we had a good day today. NASDAQ hit a new high. We did have an overbought reading down here, so I think the trend's higher, but definitely the volume is an issue. We might be able to upthrust this area on the S&P, etc. So I'm guessing stocks is just more of a sideways affair, would be my guess. Here's UUP dollar. Anybody who watches the channel knows, I think, that, you know what, Ryzen, you might be hearing my volume coming off my speaker from my headset here instead of my conference, my expensive Logitech conference. I had a few issues getting live, and I'm not sure what I grabbed, so that might be the issue. If the audio is not off the chain good, I probably have the volume on the headset. I'll try to fix that next time. So people that have been following us, I mean, this is the a dollar ETF, and dollar bulls have been up the high 90% range, which means this chart needs to turn down. And when the dollar turns down, usually Bitcoin starts an aggressive rally to the upside. So that hasn't even started. So I think that is going to be wind behind our sails. So if that's the case, that that makes things way better. I'm going to look for that dollar chart here. A lot of people have probably seen it. I know we got a few new people in here, so yeah, I got the headset now right below me. That'll probably help a little bit. I'm going to bring up that dollar chart for anybody new in here, because I think that makes things interesting here. I got to find it on our blog. At learncrypto.io, Carrie puts a lot of blog posts up here she knows what I'm looking for, and I also tell her a few things I like. So we try to keep that pretty orientated to what I think is blog items are important. So if you're bored, run over there. You probably can get 3, 4, or 5 from today that that we think's worthy of wasting your time reading. Hold on here because I'm trying to find that dollar chart. I don't know where else I've saved that. I guess I probably had it on Twitter, but all right, here it is. Okay, the dollar has been rallying. High 90% bullish consensus from traders. That means everybody's bought it that wants to. The last 3 times that indicator's gotten in the high 90s is marked on the chart. This is Bitcoin. So dollar had been rallying. Everybody thought it was going to continue. Dollar turns down sharply. Bitcoin ignites. Same thing here. Everyone's long the dollar. Even when the dollar was up, Bitcoin still worked higher. And then once again, 90+% bullish on the dollar means the dollar's got to go down. Everyone's already bought it. Bitcoin moonshots. Now here we are again, plus 90% bullish on the dollar. It's probably going to roll over. I think that's wind behind Bitcoin's back. That's all. I posted that like July 1st. I think that's just interesting. Another reason to be bullish and maybe think that it continues higher. ETC USDT came down to support. I had mentioned I thought maybe it wouldn't get much below 16. Mentioned that live on air when Nick and I was trying to figure out where to buy more. Be nice to see a little bit higher here, but that chart still looks good. As everything was falling apart, I mean, it kept working higher. It's 50% off the lows, so I think that one's all right. Zcash, one of our favorites late last year that we traded quite a bit of. Up 11%. This is Kraken, so chart's a little bit chopped up. I think all these just work higher. So, and again, for new people, we've got the crypto software, 89 exchanges, trying to get that finalized, working. I mean, that way when we bring up a chart, we're not looking at Kraken or Bittrex, we're looking at 89 exchanges, price and volume. So we can then dive in, and then hopefully I have my custom indicators where I can give you a little bit of insight. I think it'll be a lot of insight. So NEO, there again, needs to get above that 43. I think some of these will surprise you when you're not looking, when you're sleeping tonight, etc. Would be my guess. I mean, NEO is up 9% today, which is following Bitcoin. Ethereum is only 5.55%. I would even expect more out of this one. Ethereum USDT. JR Riggs, what's up? Thank you, Bob England. Tomcast says Lloyd Blankenfeld was not really bullish Bitcoin. I think, yeah, he's not really been saying he's bullish. He's saying they need to get in that area. I think because of customers. I don't think anyone like that's going to say they're bullish Bitcoin unless they already have built their position. Because once again, they don't want to chase it higher, which I think they're going to have to. So, what's up, Steve Morris? You're welcome on the daytime. Once again, I've been waiting on software to really do a lot of daytime streaming by myself because I don't want to be bored. I didn't want to just go over some of the usual stuff. So I wanted to have some meat to give out. I do think we're transitioning into a bull market, yes. It might be still a hair early to say that, but I've been saying that. I mean, I think that breakdown below the 6,000 just brought out a lot of selling. The 6 months, just, you know, the negative sentiment kept getting worse and worse at those lows. So I think we just got everybody out of the way. I still think this rally goes to 7,800 to 8,000, then some sideways, and then still higher, unless something changes here on the way of trading. But right now, I mean, today's been perfect. Anybody's been watching us, you know, the really Elliot Wave, Wyckoff, the rally's been, you know, kind of clean off the lows. And the last sell-off had nice Fibonacci 0.618 on the way down. So that low was pretty nice. So just stressful is all that was. But shit, nobody said it's going to be easy. Coinbase VP says markets are attracting institutional investors. Bitcoin price jumps 8% in 40 minutes, above crucial 7,000 mark. To me, it looks like there's no news why it happened. It just happened. I think ETC is still good, yes. Thank you, Crypto Soldier. Nick will thank you. He'll probably come on here in a minute if he's not too busy. And thank you. But yeah, we talked about that. Shout out to Gary, who is, I don't know where the hell Gary O'Connell is. He probably doesn't know we're live. I forgot to tell him. Because he had like ZRX ages ago, mentioned BAT. We've been on XLM, so you know, if you're willing to take more risk, it was easy to be in a few of those. I've stayed in a lot of the bigger names because a lot of those coins got hit pretty hard, but I think moving forward, those are probably going to be bigger percent gains. So maybe something to look at here in the near future. I don't think Nick grabbed any more of the Ripple. Not been one of his favorite ones, even though he doubled his money on a trade he didn't want to do. Definitely BlackRock. I mean, Alan, we know how it works. If ETFs are getting okayed, they know that probably right now. So that's probably what's really going on is the word got out that ETFs are coming, or BlackRock is, you know, going to start taking positions or whatever. So, and then obviously, you know, the 68.40 level turned everything around. That was the big. I think technically you did that. A lot of people was looking at that head and shoulders bottom, which I didn't like calling it that because I don't trade those. But I know Peter Brandt mentioned that this morning or something. He also tweeted that the rally. I had a tweet ready to go, but I didn't want him trolling me because I got Bollinger Bands all over me when I called him out on being wrong about Wyckoff when I was totally right. But he spread a lot of rumors about us. So Brandt was saying that this was a sign of strength by Wyckoff, that rally from 63 to 6,700. And then normally you would have some type of, you know, maybe an LPS, something pull back for a day or two. We didn't get that. So I'm not really sure if that was a sign of strength, but definitely worked out well to the upside. And then measured moves, people are going to be looking for a move to 7,900. I'd rather say we're going to have a 1.618 from the move from 57 to 6,800. So what? That was over 1,000, so that means we're going to have about a 17 150-point rally, which is going to get us right about to the same area, 78.50. So I think anything above 78.50, 79, 8,000, that's probably a point to trade if you want to trade. And again, I'm not sure if I'll even do that, but it matters, when is that going to happen? ETF news coming, etc. That's August 10th. So got to wait and see how all that plays out time-wise. Charts and TA don't mean crap. It's the whales that make all the gains. I mean, the whales have got to show their ripples in the water. So Wyckoff's about watching the composite man, which can be the whales. So I won't agree with that. The problem is to do Wyckoff, to follow the whales, etc., you got to have volume coming from all exchanges, which is what I've been working on for 6 months. The news could have been the inverse head and shoulders. I don't think anybody traded that from the long side, though. So I didn't see anybody really excited about buying that. So yeah, the whales have got to show a lot of their footprints. So TNA works for that. Steven says he's been a bull long term and didn't expect the breakout to be this instant. I'd agree that was a pretty nice rally on nothing. Crypto 420, smoking a little. I think Ripple will be highest market cap 2019. Well, that last run it had to what, 330? That was unbelievable. So I wouldn't count out nothing. I don't own much Ripple, so I won't really agree with you. But I do have some Ripple. Some clients have got pretty good big positions, so let it go. EOS one is Nick and I going to be talking more about. That's one that I would have liked to have bought before today's surge. TNA works because so many robots trading. I might agree with that. What up, QJ? I don't mind being a cleaner fish on the whales. That's funny. My camera froze. Nice. I don't really know. I don't know how we change that. I don't know if I can unplug the camera or not. Yeah, the bears definitely were reducing. I'm blowing a kiss. I'm praying on more Bitcoin rally. I wonder where. Probably just got too many windows open is my problem. I only got about 100. Let me see what I can do if I can unplug this thing and see what happens. Well, it came back for a second. Unplugged it, plugged it back in. Thanks, Dunner D. Looks like I got it fixed. I'm my own tech guy now. We're going to give Florida Coatings Pro a shout out. Yeah, we're live. We're live in this bitch. Usually when I'm by myself, I'm recorded, but no, I'm live. Said we're going to be live when we get big moves. So, and with the software coming, you're going to see me live a lot more during the day when Nick can't get away. And no, I will not send you any Ethereum, Lloyd. Consensus beats blockchain as the big trader from Europe and don't see. What do you don't see? You don't see a bull market coming, or my tech Todd. Without Matt, I got to do it myself. Smell. Yeah, when I was eating lunch and I saw that green candle from 6,800, that was a dumb look. Hold on, guys. Checking a couple things here. Let me check the software here again, see how volume's coming from these exchanges. I'm just getting more excited about the software finally giving me some decent numbers and getting these last few problems fixed. EOS we like. We like the Thiel investment. Nick had the interview last night. We posted. He's got another one coming Thursday. So EOS is one of those possibly that we want to try to get on a pullback. I probably won't chase it, but volume right now, I mean, here's my volume from the Wyckoff Way Crypto Index. You can see down here, we've overtook yesterday's volume from the 89 exchanges. So we got good price bar, we got good volume, and this volume I presume is going to add on, I believe, until 7 o'clock tonight. So I don't think we have any issue with volume. And we're rallying good on not huge volume. So I'd say we're rallying just like the way we should. Do we offer any API with the software? No, and Hugo, we all got to talk. I know Nick's been updating me, so let's all talk because interesting things to go over. Because on our software, you're going to have to be a subscriber, log in to learncrypto.io to access it once we launch it. Well, let's talk more. There's Stoner saying the same thing. EOS, I mean, Nick and I just last night talked about kind of a game plan, but now we got it at 882. I mean, if Bitcoin's made us low, I don't think you're going to see a big pullback here. So I think you probably just got to nibble a little bit if it pulls back a little bit the next day or two, and then hard for me to put a big position on at this price. But I'm guessing that's the right answer. I wanted to look at it because I think Novogratz, they just got a lot of money. It takes money to make money. You got that with like Amazon. Amazon's had access to cheap money and they've been able to grow their business. So I'm just wondering if EOS, having some big names behind it, is going to allow it to dominate some things. So that's something, that's one that we're going to be talking about. I think that spike, the spike is just shorts giving up. A lot of tether needing to come into the markets. I'm sure there was a lot of stops at 68.40 that people had, 6,900. They got filled probably up to 7,200 probably. You just got people underinvested. And we had called that. I thought when 68.40 gave away, it'd be a rush. I wouldn't be surprised for a rush to 7,800. but it wouldn't hurt here to have another one of these sideways up here again. But I think we still work higher here short term. And guys, the software, I got to keep checking reliability. I don't want anybody paying for anything that could give out some false data, which I'll be using it all the time. So I'd probably give out an update, hey, be careful, there might be a problem here, etc. But I'm always going to be available. People know if you got my email, Twitter, or text, phone number, I'm pretty quick on replies. Think of EOS as Google. That might be it, Johnny Cool. That might be it. If that's the case, could have a huge run, longer term. That's the key even with PCG and some of these. The key is going to be who does the home run long term and who's along for that ride. So hopefully Nick will help us out a little bit on that. And hopefully this TNA and our software will help us out. I think we got a good shot of riding that wave. I'm most happy we got a good clean feed here, so no trolls, no problems, so that's cool. We're just here to do business, have a little bit of fun, but mostly we're all here to learn and make some jack. That's all we're here for. Make some good friends. There's Zcash, that's cracking, so need to get a different exchanger on my charting software, but still acting good. I hear you, Bob. Once again, having access to that money surely helps. There's Zen 2680, did a 28, damn. ZRX, still staying firm. QJ's in here, let's bring up Made. Made 42, 42 and a half. Move out a little bit on this chart, showing the rally off the low. Strat USD up 15%. Antonio, I know Stunner's going to agree with that. A lot of the airdrops, a lot of that's coming in EOS, so I'd agree with holding that longer term. Smash that likes, we'd appreciate that. We're trying to build this channel. More people in here with some knowledge, better for all of us. No doubt. And we got a few things behind the scenes we're working on besides the software, so we're always trying to make this better and better here. There's Decred 77. Digibyte. Had a nice run, still acting okay. Sully the Barber like Stratus with us. Cool. We'll rent you for that. or Stratus on the 30-minute. There, hold on a second. There's BCN USD, 30-minute, 10% rally. Be nice to see a little more strength there, get above that previous high. But I think the wind's behind you, so some of these should still be good. BTC 7,300. If I had to guess, I've been saying it here. I mean, 7,150, 7,100. I think probably short term is a good level. If you need to buy some or need to do something, I'd probably key off that 7,100, 7,150. Great time to have a slice of the crypto pie. DCR, what's going on? There's your wrench. A girl I know wants to know if I've heard CryptoCon on Twitter, I wonder. Interesting. To see what that's about. It was interesting though, when the markets did top out, there was a lot of interest on Facebook for cryptos. So I knew that was getting a little bit out of a hand there January 5th when I tweeted. A lot of that was coming from Facebook. Seemed like a lot of new blood was coming in. So looking back, that was a point to pull back. We'll have that chance again on the next boom. Well, guys, Bitcoin 73.20. I'd like to be on here longer, but I have lots of shit that I do during the day, whether it's cryptos or stocks, etc. Got a few things we're working on for the website. Hold on one second. Let's see if this is worth talking about. So there's a World Crypto Con coming. A conference in Phoenix, Arizona. Have to look into that. Don't know anything about that. Yeah, last night I was doing the free course if we blew through 6,900. I really thought last night was going to blow through 68.40 and do this move. That's kind of why I said that. I thought it'd be, I thought that was coming live, but instead it waited 12 hours. So saved me a course. Yeah, about mine 10 is like I said, I'm going to try to do, hopefully I'm going to do more. I mean, Nick's thinking about not being live the rest of the week. And if I go home, I'll see if I can go live from there easy. My problem is I'm in the middle of nowhere. My main home is in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if my internet will support a live broadcast as well as I want it to, but we'll see. If I'm here in St. Louis, I'm definitely going to go live more, probably like 11 a.m. I'm thinking. That way Nick and I will be back at 6:30 Central. So 11 a.m. Central, which would be 4 hours ago. That's what I'm hoping to do. And then any big moves, I'll be on here just to go live and update, shoot the shit, whatever. And then once again, when the software is really ready to go, I'm going to be on here a lot. I want to answer people's coin questions. I want to get the word spread on Wyckoff and trade this software. So, all right, Black Monkey, I'm going to, I'll be right here, but I'm going to get offline. And again, Nick and I are not going live tonight. So don't be lookout for that. And any big action, I'll probably get live myself again. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the love. And let's ride this thing out. Peace out.